Hey guys, welcome to the show. Joseph Robert, the Fantasy Football Counselor. Welcome to DFS Week 10. Can you believe it? Week 10 is here. I'm going to give you guys the optimal players to start at each position, guys. Starting with quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. I'm going to give you guys some defenses as well. DFS Week 10 is here. I'm beyond excited, guys, whether you're playing year-long or Draftkings or Fanduel. I'm going to help you guys crush your leagues. Listen, guys, I've got a Manscaped trimmer here. I love it. I don't promote a product I don't believe in. Manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLINE. Christmas is here. Wrap this under your tree and maybe then shave your tree after that. Listen, guys, Manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLINE. Save some money, 20% on this. They've got boxers, briefs. I don't know what. They got everything there, man. Ball wipes. Tons of great packages, gift idea, manscaped.com. Head on over there right now. Use promo code SHOWERLION. Guys, you'll absolutely love it, I assure you guys, okay? Now, let's go through the optimal players at each position, okay? Starting off with the quarterback position. Also, one more thing. I started the Joe Camo Show, guys. You'll absolutely love it, guys. Head on over to Joe Camo Show on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. Subscribe. I'm telling you guys, I have interviews with athletes, retired athletes, doctors in the medical field of sports. You'll absolutely love it. Inside information. This is the game changer in regards to sports interviews. Joe Camo, the Joe Camo Show. Linked it below here on YouTube as well. All right. Optimal plays. It's rapid fire. Jared Goff, Aaron Rodgers, Tua, Baker Mayfield, value plays. Drew Lock, value play. Nick Foles, Derek Carr, Deshaun Watson, all good matchups. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to start them. It just means they have a good matchup. You may want to consider them. It's up to you guys to make the educated decision. Looking at consistency with players, you got to look at consistency when you are starting a player, guys. It's very, very important, okay? All right, so let's look at guys that have it in tough. Ryan Tannehill, we saw he had it in tough versus Indy, and it proved it on the field. Didn't really do well. Sometimes the matchups make sense. Sometimes, even though they have a tough matchup, they still do well. Like Russell Wilson, be consistent week in, week out. Do you consider Russell Wilson? Sure, why not? Second hardest matchup for his position, though. For DFS, maybe Aaron Rodgers is a safer bet on paper, but Russell Wilson against the Rams, tougher matchup. Be aware of that, okay? In year long, it might be your only option. Lamar Jackson, Kirk Cousins, Joe Burrow, Teddy Bridgewater, Matt Stafford, and Carson Wentz to round out the guys that have a tough matchup, okay? Also, smash that thumbs up, guys. Leave your stars and scissors questions. I'll try to get to as many as I can. I also do a last-minute news and notes, guys, on Sunday morning, so make sure you guys are subscribed, okay? Antonio Gibson, easy matchup. James Robinson, easy matchup versus position. Nick Chubb coming back, easy matchup versus Houston. Melvin Gordon, don't really trust him, hasn't been doing well. Easy matchup. Leonard Fournette, easy matchup, although he is with Ronald Jones, bit of a disaster. Aaron Jones, easy matchup. James Conner, also favorable matchup, okay? May want to consider these guys. J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, those guys have a good matchup, but again, it is a bit of a committee. It is a bit of a pain in the ass. Be careful. I do like Chase Edmonds. He is $6,300 on DraftKings. Not bad, but again, Kenyon Drake is a game-time decision. Be cautious with that. Tough matchups. Guys, I don't never want to play anyway, but the New England Patriots running backs, tough matchup versus Baltimore. Alvin Kamara against San Fran, good player, tough matchup. Second hardest for his position. Still $8,200 on DraftKings. They're charging you $8,200 DraftKings. They're not telling you he's got the toughest, hardest matchup versus position, arguably this week versus San Fran's rush defense. Be careful. Who else has got a tough matchup this week? Giovanni Bernard versus Pittsburgh. Mixon should be out. Gio versus Pittsburgh, tough matchup. Chris Carson, still probably a game-time decision. Tough matchup if he plays. DJ Dallas, also going to be a tough matchup if he decides to play against the Rams. Be cautious. Mike Davis, a lot of people ask about him. Christian McCaffrey should be out. Ninth hardest matchup versus position versus Tampa Bay. Be cautious. Moving on to the wide receivers here. Guys, wide receivers is that position I like to take some wild cards on, meaning taking some risks. And, in my lineup, that's what you need. You need some wild card guys that have those boom type of games. I'm going to give you guys some value plays and guys that could have some boom games. Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, easy matchup, boom game capable right here. And they had a good week the last week they played together. 25 points for Cooper Kupp, 28 for Woods. If those points swing one way or another, one person can have a boom game. They are playing Seattle, easy matchup, okay? Allen Robinson, easy matchup versus Minnesota, okay? Keep him on your radar. Will Fuller, Brandon Cooks. I like Fuller a little bit more, and that's reflected a little bit in DraftKings. He's more expensive at $6,700 compared to $5,600 from Brandon Cooks. But Fuller had the bigger game last week. Could it be Cooks that has the bigger game this week? We don't know, right? Something to be aware of. Who else has got a good matchup? Jarvis Landry, good matchup, right? Keep him on your radar. Odell's out. Could be a good thing for Landry, right? Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, both good matchups as well. Brandon Ayuk had a 0 last week or last time he played. Don't know if I trust him. He was consistent, then he kind of fell off. I'm not sure if he's injured, what's going on. But again, it looks like he's healthy. I don't know what's going on with Ayuk, but listen, he could have a good matchup. It's favorable. Devontae Adams, also a good matchup as well. Coming off 3 red-hot weeks. He's been phenomenal. Good matchup yet again versus Jacksonville. Travis Fulgham, another good matchup there for you. Guys that have it in tougher, be aware, be cautious. Metcalf and Lockett, even though they're hot, got it in tough. Be cautious. Marvin Jones could have a good week again this week with Kenny Galladay being out with that hip injury. Oh, he's hip injured, yet he's humping girls on his Instagram. I did a post on it, guys. Kenny Galladay is out again with the hip injury, which is crazy. And now people are saying, well, Joe, that hip injury, he was humping the girl. That was, before the hip injury. I'm like, well, maybe that caused the hip injury. Anyway, I'm joking around, guys. Had some fun on social with it. Kenny Galladay is sitting out with a hip injury. Be cautious. Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson do have it in tough against Chicago. Be cautious there. And I think that's it. Mike Evans, Godwin, and Antonio Brown do have it in tough against Carolina secondary. Also cautious there. And again, it is a 3-headed monster. Hopkins, DeAndre, tough versus Buffalo, 9th hardest versus position. Something to be aware of, okay? I'm going to go over tight ends here, and then I'm going to go over defenses and some tips, okay? Eric Ebron, good matchup. Robert Tonyan, Evan Ingram, all good matchups versus position. You may want to consider him. TJ Hawkins, a good matchup versus position. Mike Gesicki, very unreliable, but a good matchup versus position. And Irv Smith and Rudolph, bit of a committee there, good matchups. And also Jimmy Graham. Make sure you guys listen to this again. Take some notes and be aware. Other good matchups. Tough matchups. Mark Andrews has it in tough this week. Be cautious there. Tyler Eifert has it in tough. Jared Cook has it in tough. Tyler Higbee has it in tough. Hunter Henry, Darren Waller, all have it in tough this week, including Dallas Goedert, who has been ice cold the past 3 weeks. So again, guys, you got to be cautious with these guys. Make sure you get 10 points out of your tight end at least if you do that, okay? Defenses here. Now, this is tricky. There's a couple defenses I really like, including the Ravens versus New England. Suspect offense with the Patriots there. Ravens, pretty solid defense. Again, they are $3,900 you're going to spend if you get them. They are very expensive. Second most expensive on DraftKings in regards to defense are the New England Patriots. Now, Steelers seem like a viable defense. They are the most expensive compared to Ravens, who are second most expensive on DraftKings. They are playing Cincy, but Cincy's it's a divisional game, and Cincy can be sneaky with Burrow. They can put up points, even though they are playing the steel curtain. I understand, but there is a chance that they could put up some high points. It could be a high-scoring affair. So be cautious with that, okay? I do like the Saints. I think they have a favorable matchup as well. Again, when you are looking at these guys, make sure you take a look at the offense they are playing. San Fran is banged up. So the Saints, even though they're $3,000 on DraftKings, not the most expensive, San Fran could have trouble putting up points. So that's why I kind of like the Saints this week along with the Ravens, okay? Other defenses here, maybe you can consider the Eagles versus the Giants. The Giants sometimes pull things out of their ass. You never know. Packers versus Jacksonville, but they gave up a lot of points to Vikings if you go back a couple weeks. Very hard to trust, but Jacksonville just not a good offense, so maybe they could do really well here. Now, I'm expecting the Packers to put up a lot of points against Jacksonville. How their defense is going to hold up, that's a big question mark, okay? And again, when you are doing your DFS stuff, you got to be aware, guys, a couple things. If you are in these guaranteed prize pools, it is very tough to win. Make sure you have multiple lineups. Of course, play within your limits. Be cautious with what you put in. Again, be smart. I play for fun personally because I know how challenging it is to beat 500,000 people on a lineup when all they're doing at some point is getting lucky, because you see it every week. You plug in the right guys, and then, one or two players that you plugged in just have like a donut of a game. And then sure enough, that player that you're playing against, the 500,000 people, I'm sure one out of those 500,000 people is going to have a perfect lineup. It's just inevitable, right? So it's just a matter of luck, right? It's just like playing the lottery, right? You have 7 or 8 numbers to pick. You just random pick. Now, there's more skill here. You obviously know who you're picking. You know the matchups. But still, you have that one person just gets those lucky numbers and wins the lottery. Similar situation, guys. So you need to be cautious here, okay? Very, very cautious in your DFS lineups. So that's it, guys. Manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLINE. Go get the trimmer. Smash thumbs up. Start some questions below. Try to get to as many as I possibly can. Good luck this week for NFL Week 10 fantasy football. And again, those are your optimal plays at each position. Play smart. And sometimes it's not always based on matchup. It's based on gut feeling, situation. It depends, right? It totally depends. But I'm trying to give you guys the best possible advantage you can get. Good luck this week, guys. I am out. Make sure you subscribe. And subscribe to Joe Camo Show, linked below on YouTube. I'm out.